Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. So, of course, Jay, this is a video topic that you and I have to do because no one can do it like we will do it. It was reported earlier today by boxingscene.com that the biggest fight in history, back in September, they had the biggest fight in North American history. Not this one.
Yeah.
This is the biggest card in the history of the world. This Riyadh event that is occurring this weekend is being relocated out of the 25,000 venue that they originally had to host this event to a 6,000 seat venue for the biggest card in the history of boxing. Now, the rationale for this, Jay, was that they wanted a better environment. This 6,000 seater would be a better environment. Or said differently, they didn't want to have all those damn empty seats on camera like they did back in September, even though they were comping tickets. I have tried to tell people on multiple occasions that this Turkey, his structure, the way that he's going about this is not going to yield fruit. There are so many people that think that Saudi Arabia just has money. It's just money. They just got endless amounts of money. And those people are individuals that don't understand economics. They don't understand the fact that you can't simply print money. They don't understand the fact that Saudi Arabia has a 2030 initiative, which is designed to create independence from oil, to diversify their economy, which requires them to invest in other areas that make money. So this isn't quote unquote sports washing like some people brilliantly think it is. This is a country with a surplus that's trying to diversify their economy. And they're not the first ones to do this. And as Turki Alalshikh continuously pours money into this, you got to ask yourself, Jay, what is the long-term economic strategy behind this? Because there has to be one. Fight fans out there. It is, what do you think the rationale is for him doing this? Just to do it? Just because he loves boxing? You don't think he's interested in making money? He is, and he's failing to do so right now, Jay. What's your thoughts on this? Moving from a 25,000 seat arena to one that is almost 5 times smaller. Wow.
Yeah. When I read that, we were talking about it offline. I was just like, what's the rationale on this? I mean, you want to get it more intimate, you're gonna cut it down by 19K. So does that mean they hadn't sold those other? If it was sold out, then what are those people gonna be sitting at? Where they sitting at? You said they just can't come now. We want to be intimate right now. So something up. It's one thing they're going from 25 to 20, something like that. And they can say, okay, we didn't sell 5K. All right, cool. 19K. I mean, y'all, that's something that would be on regular TV. 6K for the biggest fight of the century. I'm like,
biggest card is North.
And I find it interesting that all of a sudden, Macaulay had to replace Daniel Dubois. The electrician had to replace Floyd Schofield, and now this next is going to be the Fat Boys breaking up again. New Edition ain't going to be playing together no more. I mean, this. I find this crazy, man. 25K.
Well, let me ask you this:
the 6K. Makes sense.
It's been clear that they've been having financial disasters, and and I have not validated this, so I don't want people to think that I validated this. I haven't even tried, but I'm quite sure that he has to be paying Canelo an extreme amount of money to come over there. And Terence Crawford is taking this fight because he wants to get paid. That is a financial disaster waiting to happen. And if this fight didn't sell over there, Canelo's not either. Nobody's traveling to Saudi Arabia to watch fights. They're not. This whole notion, I remember there was this gentleman who thought he was brilliant talking about the money that they're going to collect through tourism and money spent when people visit over there to Saudi Arabia. That's not going to happen because people don't care about these fights like that, not to travel over there. So Crawford is the next Crawford versus Canelo is the next financial disaster for Riyadh. And you have to ask yourself, at what point do they pull the plug? What point does the Saudi Arabian government pull the plug and say, dudes, you've lost like X millions of dollars. This isn't diversifying our economy. This is making our economy worse. You at some point you got to ask that question, right?
Yeah, it doesn't make. We know they lost on their last fights. One of our smartest subscribers said that he can just print money. So that's why it don't matter. He can just print money. It doesn't matter, whether he's in the red or not. He's just gonna be printing the money. That's all that matters. But seriously, a lot of these fights, especially the Americans that's coming over to fight, it doesn't make sense. Those fights will sell so much better in the US, or as well as a Parker Dubois AJ fights. They're still a lot more in UK.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you forcing people to go somewhere? I get it. You want to have people try to come in, but it ain't been working like that. So having fights where they should be at, I think they're trying to change that strategy a little bit with some fights I read that they might be having in UK later this year. But this right here is not a good look to go from 25K to 6K. The week of the fight. The week of the fight. 3 days before the fight. 2 days before the fight, you do this. So that tells me it wasn't a sellout at 25K. That's what that tells me, because you're just not going to kick 19K out.
No, you just tarp it off. Like even if it was like 20 or 18, you would just tarp those seats off. It's probably going to shape up to be another financial disaster. They had a financial disaster back in September. I think it's Kevin Ayuli that said that, they lost 10 million. People get mad when real journalists, if I'm not mistaken, Kevin Ayuli is with what, Yahoo Sports?
I think so. Yeah.
Just real journalists. They make a comment as, they don't know. Like, it'll be interesting to see how this develops. We've heard so much about PBC is broke. They ain't making no money. But yet we see an entity right here. Now, there's no proof of that, but we see an entity right here that clearly is losing money just based off of the purses that have been reported. But yet there's nobody talking about that, and they just want to talk about, they can just print money. Well, if you just print money, the money becomes less valuable. So you just can't print money. You can't just print money.
Exactly.
Anything that you have more abundance of, the value of it goes down. But
exactly.
But PBC, but PBC, well, I don't know. I'm just a CPA and I have a master's degree in economics, but man, what do I know? But anyway, PBC is supposedly going broke, Jay, but think about this, and I'll end the video with this. They are the only ones that are not running over to Riyadh. If they are broke, why aren't they running over there? You guys let us know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast in Sports Media, and we are out.